I'm starting to believe that ancient people had advanced technology. Let's take a look. Well, for once, they created architecture that still puzzles scientists to this day, such as the pyramids of Giza. All we have is theories, but we have no idea how they did it. Even with our modern tech, we don't know how to replicate what they did. Ancient people worked with difficult stones such as granite, one of the hardest materials on Earth. They created amazing architecture and design that almost looked 3D printed. They created huge bronze statues such as the Colossus of Rhodes, which is 108 feet. This site is known as Pumapunku in Bolivia. To this day, these stones puzzle scientists. These stones in Pumapunku in Bolivia are having archaeologists and scientists scratching their heads. They say that it's absolutely impossible creating these structures with hammer and chisel. The only way to make this is with power tools, advanced technology. So much for the ancient people being primitive. Maybe we're the primitive ones. They even have drill holes that don't look man-made, but made with some type of advanced power tool. Their structures have stood the test of time, while our newly built roads can't even last a few years. Now the question is, what happened to them? Why I'm starting to believe that ancient people had advanced.
So, believe it or not, I was coming to make this video on this exact topic. Well, not quite, but this video was here, just waiting for me. That's an interesting video here. Hell, let me take a look at it.
Now, you all know about called the Council of 300. What they want to do now is say we got too many people on the earth. We're gonna start losing resources. There won't be enough resources left.
Oh, whatever. That's that conspiracy shit. Okay. So the idea of my video was that their technology is shit, or uh, something along the lines. So we know that they have our records, right? And if I don't put something on this screen, the screen will turn off on its own. What in the hell am I looking at? Looks like a dog with chicken wings for legs. Okay, let's just put this on mute, right?
Why I'm starting to believe that ancient people.
They know what is to come in the future, and they understand these things. So what they've tried to do, because they remember they tried to compete with Moses, and they tried to compete with let's say trying to compete with the Most High. So if you read the Starseed transmissions or find the audio, they have the audio up here. Um, I don't think I have it bookmarked anymore. Um, if I, it may be in the description. I have to go find it. If it's not, then I couldn't find it. Um, it talks about how we will be communicating one to another with our minds, and how we were going to communicate with nature and give it its definition. You know, speak to the earth in real time, and you know, it would react to our presence. Essentially, it was very poorly, because it's not something that you could even envision after seeing it written. It was poorly shown in like the Avatar, or for you gamers out there, the PS5 game Kena, or Kena, whatever, Bridge of Spirits. I'm gonna call it Kena. Um, you know, the girl with the wand, and she's like reviving nature, and the graphics are crazy. Um, I've yet to play it. The world was supposed to respond to us in a more lively fashion. You know, uh, the way people would respond with each other, like in a crowd of people, just in a more harmonious nature. But I can't, you know, make it explain it better than that. But we talk about the spiritual bodies that we get. We're going to go from carbon to crystalline, being one with nature, and we see them trying to emulate this with their idea, but never to come to fruition. Transhumanism. They're trying to. Their idea was to make man one with the machine, the internet, the cell phone, and the closest they've really gotten is putting a cell phone in your hand. Uh, they're experimenting with chips and all that nonsense, but you'll only really be able to operate with, you know, Android or Apple. But in a conversation I had with my brother, I said, you know what? The earth is technology. They are talking about a smart city and all that. The All Father already made a smart world. You know what I mean? Uh, you don't think so? The water and everything is alive. The pagans, who they wrote off as pagans, where they got their real doctrine from, believed, if you watch any Viking show or anything like that, they believed in the spirits of the land, that the land had spirits, i.e., the world was alive. You have to have faith and trust in nature. You have to have that communion with nature. This is why Yeshua walked on the water. I had this thought a long time ago, um, that when you walk upon the earth knows who you are. And that's why they got us all in these shoes that are insulators with the rubber bottoms, because the earth cannot connect with you. And even if it knows who you are, because I mean, your aura is still present, you know. It cannot give you the right amount of energy. Like if you're familiar with grounding, if you're not barefoot or wearing moccasins, some type of leather shoe that acts as skin, that would allow it to directly, connect to you. Like the trees are like, uh, not air conditioners, but you know those machines that are air purifiers. You put them in a room, or they have them in office spaces, and it keeps the air as pure as possible. The trees already do that for us. You see what I'm saying? And even everything that they make from their cell phones, these are all materials and minerals from the earth. But the earth already does that. You understand? When it gets too hot, the earth gives you rain. Or sometimes it give you a nice cool breeze, just to. It's like, oh, that breeze came just in time, or the earth is dry and it give it rain. The planet's already smart and alive. And look at how they have all these people in these artificial cities lined up around the corner to get a cell phone. Oh, I got to get the new smartphone. You're living on a smart planet. And oh, one day we're going to have smart houses. Yeah, but you're living on a smart planet. So in this video, just tied in for me because they cannot even replicate this. And I wonder, no, actually, I know that these temples, these ancient structures are alive. Um, I don't know how many people, I don't know too many, I have a lot of subscribers now. For me, it is a lot of subscribers. Um, Out of nowhere. That's some old side. But anyway, if you're not a gamer, you may not get this, but in God of War, when Freya brings Kratos into the temple, and she tells him, give the temple a minute. It's been asleep for a long time. Give it a minute to wake up. And when we think about the idea of technology today, everything is instant, but something that's alive has to go through a few motions, you know what I mean? Uh, Not just alive as in um, having like a lively energy. I'm talking about like sentient, like has some level of thought, a consciousness, if you will. Because remember, we're supposed to be able to interact with these. I believe that in the future we'll be able to talk to stones and tell it what you want to be, and it agree if it wants to be that. And the structures will build themselves, you know, or we'll like be co-builders together. It's going to be far more advanced than what we're looking at that was made in the past, as opposed to having like whatever advanced tools might have been done. We'll be talking to it and it'll be talking to us, and boom, here we have a new structure that goes for trees, stone, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that may sound crazy to y'all, but you know, if that sounds crazy to you, y'all spent your whole life believing Jesus was white. So there you go. Um, yeah, but I think that's all I really have to say on the topic. Um, for fear of being redundant. So let me see, is this volume? Oh no. So yeah, so we already have. I see, and I'm talking about the Earth itself. We're not even talking about the spaceships, the chariots of the Most High, things that are extraterrestrial. I mean, Right here, the terrestrial, we have not seen what this planet is truly made of. So essentially, think of it like this. The Earth is going to get a firmware and software update when we are brought back into power. What you see in the Earth now, if you think the Earth is beautiful, the Earth is reflecting who is in leadership right now. But when we are in charge, it will reflect us. So imagine going to where Antarctica is, and you and your family go there, but your spirit is calling for tropical weather. And in your area, it's tropical, man. It's green and all that, but it's like more than we can ever imagine now. And somebody not too far from you could be in a winter wonderland, you know what I mean? Like, we'll be able to create our own realities kind of wherever we are, which is kind of strange because I feel like it would make traveling null and void, but that's only from the perspective, the limited perspective I have now. But it's just some thoughts to share. And if you think, hey, that nigga crazy, then that's cool. I've been told I've been crazy my whole life. But anyway, all praise to the Most High. Um, I pray that anything the Most High inspires me to say does really, it's of some value in that He brings out some books or something from teachers that correlate with it. And I know that I'm not just out here running my mouth. So all hail the All Father, Skull.